Hello, guys. How's it going? It's Isaiah, and welcome to my new show. It's kind of been an idea that I've had on my mind for quite some time. I've always wanted to do kind of like a radio style talk show where it was like discussing something. I wasn't really sure for the past few months what I wanted to do, and I finally got it in a thought of mine. Is that I've always been interested in the future, and I always think about like what technology is going to be like in the future, what life will be like, what society will really um, be like in the future. So I kind of thought, well, what the heck? I might as well try to do it. I might as well just see where it goes. So that's what brought me here. So my new series is in the future, hosted by me. And what it really will be talking about is a lot of the aspects of our life and how they will change as we go further into the future as technology advances and our life is continues to be digitized and uh, made easier, or sometimes even less easier and more stalkerish or privacy invading. So, for example, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a topic which is how our life will be going from analog to digital even more. Now, what I mean by that is I don't mean technology in a sense. I'm just talking about like all of our life, how everything we use today that's not really based on technology, how it will get digitized and kind of given a technology type of feel to it as we get further into the future. This could be a couple of years from now, or who knows, even like a century or so. No one knows the future, of course. So um, we're gonna get started now. I kind of wanted to focus on how everyday items will be enhanced with technology, like everyday things we use today. When they finally get less expensive, a lot of these items are actually usable or not usable, able to be bought today. Like for example, they have these doorknob handles for your front door that you can either swipe your phone on it or put in a passcode, and you don't even need a key, and it unlocks the door for you to walk in. And now people kind of think sometimes, why aren't these technology um, items, if they're made today, why haven't people started making it a standard? Because it's extra. It's something extra. People don't think they need it, and to be honest, you don't really need something that's just to open a door. You don't need to be electric. But I do think that as we get further on into the digital era, that we'll definitely see a lot of those kind of not really important technology advances, but some pretty interesting advances in simple items in our life that will continue to be digitized, like open the door. You'll not need a key anymore, or opening your car door. You see those cars that always have those keypads on there, and you can just open your car without any key. I think that's going to be even more common too in the future. It's just we have the technology to do it. It's just getting it in a way that's cheap and not too expensive. So you can definitely see that in the future with technology becoming cheaper. That we'll definitely see a lot of uh, conversions to digital in basic everyday items, such as locks, um, silverware, not really silverware, but like kitchen utensils. You can, I guess, the same thing. I mean, like refrigerators. Those really fancy ones where you can you have a touch screen on it, and it has information about your fridge. Imagine everybody had that in the future, and also, let's see. I'm just gonna start listing them off to you. I didn't really want to make this show one of those professional shows. This guy's all on the script, just talking about the future, and he's so formal. I really don't want to do that. I want to talk to you guys as if you guys are just friends chatting about the future, and that I don't have to be like that formal guy that's just, America will be great in the future. We will have technology that will make us all have free health care without any consequences. Obama. But yeah, I don't want to be that kind of guy on this. I want to kind of express my opinion in the way that I see fit, and it's just it's hard to explain sometimes when you're recording. What what would you say if you woke up the next day, or and you were in the future about 20 years? What do you think you would see, in essence of everyday life? Would you see yourself waking up to a normal alarm clock, or would you see yourself waking up to like a automated alarm clock that turns your lights on and opens up the windows and automatically starts playing your wake up music and automatically opens the closet for you. Will that be one of the things you would imagine? Would it be like you walking into your bathroom and it automatically showing you your notifications about what you have going on that morning and what you have to do and everything that's important to you, everything on your mirror, like a monitor. I got some of this stuff from a few videos. I'll be putting some videos, video descriptions in the description box below. But what do you imagine in the future? Are you one of those people that imagines walking down to your kitchen and seeing your TV automatically flick on to sports and automatically fast forward to beginning of it and automatically play it where you want it? Do you see your food already being made for you? Do you see that already being cooked somehow? Who knows how that will work? But it's crazy to kind of think of the future when you're just in the present. But you have to kind of think about that, especially when you have all this crazy stuff happening. Not just technology advances. You have to think about how society will change. We're also I'm kind of just going off a tangent here, but it's worth it. It's worth it to talk about this. As our world gets more digital, you have to talk about privacy, how privacy is going to be not as big of a deal to the government, because when the old rules were made, when the old Constitution and the old everything was made, they did not have in their mind, oh, there's going to be this thing called the internet that'll make it so easy to hide everything. They never expected that. They never thought there'd be computers. And now it seems like everybody's all mad because the government's going through our stuff and looking for terrorists through our communications, and everybody's all worried about that. But it's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. They're not gonna. We're small flies. We're not really. We can't really make a big difference if we're just a few people. Yes, we can start a huge campaign to stop it, but honestly, it's the government. And with this generation, with everything being online, if we didn't have this, you would have so many more attacks happening out in public areas. You would have so many more terrorist attacks happening, because what would happen is they wouldn't have any line of defense. They would just bring them to justice right after it happens, and it's not like you can like protect everybody, but without the privacy board getting kind of pushed a little bit, there's no way we can be really safe in the future, because again, the rules were made before the internet, and we have to kind of adapt to this now that the internet is here and it's not going to go away. But yet that gives bad guys the ability to share information instantly, um, organize missions, organize crazy attacks. It's just the way it is, and it kind of sucks. But because everything's going digital, there's no privacy anymore. We already know that there isn't. You can say, oh, I have everything on Facebook in my turned on to private on my Facebook, right? It's still on the servers. If anybody that worked at Facebook wanted to, they say it's encrypted, but they can go into the server and use their IT magic and probably get your information. Nothing is private anymore, really. Privacy is an illusion now, and we have to kind of accept it, that we're not going to be completely like private to our own lives anymore, as the government's going to have to listen in to prevent any further attacks or destruction that may come to us if they don't have anybody watching out for us. So yeah, that's kind of like society for me with the future going digital, is that definitely privacy and security will definitely be more together, but privacy will be definitely blurred, where security has to go in and break a few rules to keep us safe. I'm all for that. It's just when they start accusing people of crimes they didn't commit, or they start getting people framed somehow using computers, then we have a serious problem, and that will hopefully not happen, but only time will tell. Let's see, next on the agenda for going digital, yeah, household items, society, definitely the way we travel. You can kind of see that right now that we use technology a lot for how we travel. We have trains, which trains are kind of old school, but they're still technology. We have trains, planes, boats, cars. Everything kind of is technology already, but we have to think about how they're going to advance in the future. You can think about cars like, there's going to be someone's going to discover some way to get to make it for cars can go as fast and as what am I saying? No, as fast as it does now without any gas needed, there's going to be some person that's going to discover that in the future. It just has to happen. We're not going to, it's not like a dead end. There are ways to power an engine without gasoline, but it's just a matter of finding a way to do it where you don't have to compromise on design of cars, because that's the biggest thing, is that companies have not gone all the way to electric, because if they go to electric, they have to compromise their engine's horsepower, their engine's their speed, and their also look at the car, because they have to make it be able to travel faster on a charge of a battery. And that's why you don't see people pioneering the battery as much as other cars. You see hybrids that use the battery and gas. You don't really see that many cars that are complete. There's not outlets around to charge your car in all places, and also because it's a compromise. That's the Sorry for that. My mic accidentally got a button pressed. But like I was saying, it just seems like our transportation's way behind. I'm talking about the United States right here. Our transportation's way behind other countries right now. But even as a species, we're gonna be starting to find better ways to transport us to our locations that we need to go in everyday life. I'm just saying that. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that it doesn't look like there's a lot of more innovation we can do. It seems like the last few years has just been faster cars, better looking. But the next thing will probably be a new power source, and then a new grid system of how to get places. I really think that roads will be obsolete in maybe 30 years or so. I don't know how, but it just seems like roads they're not gonna be there for long. There's gotta be a way for us to be able to get places with no waits, no stoplights. It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's gonna happen someday somehow. Technology advances, and it's just there's always things to discover. There's always discoveries to be made. You're never gonna have a time period when nothing's being discovered, but you're gonna have periods where there's barely anything being discovered. So it's definitely nice to think about how cars will change and stuff. Okay, kind of just rambling off here. Hmm. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the future. You can't really. No one, of course, no one knows the future, but you have to kind of think, yeah, well, where will we be in a couple years? Like, honestly, just think about the technology you see at like CES and the crazy stuff you never thought were possible. Of course, I'm still young, so I won't know. I don't know everything about. I don't know like how it was before TV and stuff like that. But if you're older um, or if you're my age, I'm 17. You can just think back to the time when you were little, when you thought the TV was like the best thing in the world. Now it's like you can pretty much watch anything you want on the internet. It's like it's crazy. And computers, how small they've gotten. You have I forgot what they said. Yeah, you have more processing power in your pocket in your iPhone than the whole NASA. That NASA did when they launched the first man on the moon. That's crazy. More processing power, more computer power in your iPhone than was needed to put a man on the moon. So if you're saying they put a man on the moon with that much processing power, and we have like how many iPhones in the world, and also so these supercomputers, we gotta see some advancement somewhere. Like I want to see these guys getting to other planets already, because it seems like they just said they had that. If they're saying that, I don't know why. What's the delay exploring more? I know they're sending probes out and stuff, but there's got to be more technology advancements that can be discovered right now, and you don't really think about that much in life. What else? I know this show's not really that organized. You guys are probably like, "Why am I listening to this guy? He's everywhere." Well, yeah, this is my first show. I kind of just had this idea, so I'm definitely gonna be planning the next shows. Definitely more accordingly. I'll make it more interesting and more organized. I'll probably have them split up into sections, and I won't try to be all formal with you guys, but I'll definitely keep the flow of the show going. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I still hate Google, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the future, about how future in general, anything about the future. Give me a subject to talk about next show, and also tell me what else do you think's gonna like change in the next few years, or might take a few decades. What do you think's gonna change in with everyday life? Like, what do you think's gonna go digital pretty soon, or someday? What are you excited for? My mind, I'm excited for everything, but I can't wait for displays and integration with computers in every device in the world. Because if you go to I'll probably put a description or like a URL down below about this video called A Day Made of Glass. It's by Koning, I believe. That's how they say it. It's a glass company, but they definitely have some really inspiring videos about the future, and they talk about how like all your devices talk to each other, but the only way we're ever going to get to the point where everything in technology is flawless is if if companies collaborate more than they do compete, because in that thing it shows some person having a tablet and like instantly putting something into their TV, and that cannot really happen that simple these days, because first of all, if you have a Samsung tablet, it might not work on an Apple TV, or if you have an iPad, it might not work on a Samsung streaming box. It just seems like the competition is really holding us back from working together on one goal, which is to make a digital environment that will be integrated everywhere. So that's kind of what I'm happy for. I'm happy for integrated technology that will literally disappear. I know Apple kind of aimed to make technology that disappears and you stop thinking about it, but all I do is remember that I'm using an iPad whenever I plug into a PC and try to take pictures off it, and it gives me problems. It just seems like technology will have to advance to a point where we're not really thinking about it, but we're using it for good, and also using it to enhance our life. So that's what I'm happy for. So guys, thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I'm planning on doing this either once a week or twice a week. I'm not sure yet. I just want to see how good this part does, and then I'll let you guys know. So thank you guys for listening. I hope I didn't bore you. Next week, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing one. I think I already have a topic yet already, but I'm going to keep that a secret. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys later, and bye.